Okay, grade 8. We are now doing lesson 3 in chapter 2. So there is lesson 3, chapter 2. Write two-step equations, okay? It starts on page 129 of your book, 130 and 131, 132, 133, 134, all the way to 136, okay? That's where lesson 2 ends. Okay, all right, now we start. So for you to be successful when you want to write two-step equations, there's 4 things you must know. You must know how to read correctly. If you read incorrectly, you will write the wrong equation. If you write the wrong equation, then everything is wrong. So the reading is important. That, I don't know, you have to practice by yourself, okay? You must practice how to read. That's why I insist every day you have to read, okay? You must know how to identify which words describe the situation. That means you must know what words mean add, what words means to subtract, what words mean to divide, what words mean to multiply, how numbers are spelled, all this you must know, okay? Then you will be required to choose a variable and explain what the unknown quantity it represents, yes? Choose a variable and explain what unknown quantity it represents, okay? It represents. Then you must translate all these words you have read into an algebraic equation. An algebraic equation is an equation that has a variable. As long as you have a variable, we are calling you an algebraic equation, okay? It is an equation. All right, so let us look at words that mean addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. So addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division are what we call operations in math. These are operations. They tell us what to do, okay? All right. So if you see the word increased, altogether, rise, plus, add, total, sum, join, combined, both, together, all these words, they mean addition. Okay? These words mean subtraction, deduct, deduct, decrease, difference, off with a double F. Off with a double F means to subtract. Do not confuse with off with one F. It has to be double F. Left over. Reduce, remove, remain, take away. How many more? Less than. Something that is leaking is reducing. That is minusing. If you have a bucket with a hole, the water is coming. That water is coming out is called leaking. Okay? How many are left? This is a question. Should be a question mark here. When you see this question, how many are left? How many more? There is subtraction going on. Multiplication, if you see the word off, par, for every, each, product, groups of, times. Also slope, you learned in grade 7, slope. Then you should know you are multiplying. Division, about how many times as you are dividing. Quotient, you are dividing. Shared equally, you are dividing. Distribute equally among, you are dividing. Split, you are dividing. Evenly, you are dividing. Out of, you are dividing. Average, you're dividing. Ratio, this is R, not V, R, ratio. So these words each belong to the operation on the left, okay? All right, so let us continue. There are some words that represent numbers that you should know. When you see double, you should know it means multiply by 2. So I wrote times 2. Triple means multiply by 3 or times 3. Quadrupled means multiply by 4 times 4. Weekly means every 7 days or multiply by 7. Bi-weekly means every 14 days or multiply by 14. Yearly means every year. And we know a year has 12 months, so that means multiply by 12. Dozen means groups of 12. Okay? I buy a dozen eggs, it means I have 12 eggs. Okay? Or you multiply by 12. That's what dozen mean here. Dozen. Okay? 12 things in a group, groups of 12, meaning multiply by 12. Half means multiply by 1 out of 2, or it means divide by 2. 1/3 means multiply by 1 out of 3, or divide by 3. A quarter or 1/4, it means multiply by 1 out of 4 or divide by 4, like that. 1/5. The minute you see this TH, it is a fraction. Okay? So, if they say 2/5, you write 2 out of 5. This one says 1/5, 1 out of 5 or divide by 5. 10th means 1 out of 10 or it means 0.1. So you're multiplying or you're dividing by 10. The same for 100th. You're multiplying with 1 out of 100 or you're multiplying with the decimal 100th or you're dividing by 100. Thousands, you're multiplying by 1 out of 1,000 or you're multiplying by the decimal 1,000th or you're dividing by 1,000. So you should know what these words mean. You will see them in your equations. Okay? All right. So let us look at some words and how we are going to write them in our equation. So let's start with this one. 13. As I am reading, I am underlining keywords. 13, I will write it like that. Less than means minus. Okay? Now, less than means minus, so it means 13 is less than. So then minus will be in front of 13. It is 13 that is being subtracted. 13 less than means negative 13 or minus 13. Okay? 7 times a number. 7 is written like this. Times, I am multiplying a number. I don't know the number. I will put a variable. I'm going to put M. Is means equal. 32 means 32. So I'm going to write this as 7M minus 13 is equal to 32. Again, I say that 13 less than means minus 13. The minus is in front of 13. Okay? The sum. Sum means to add of a number. I'm going to use Z. And 4 is divided. There is divide. There is a divided by 6. The result means equal is 52. Okay, now I read again. The sum of a number and 4. The sum of a number and 4 is divided by 6. So I have a number. I am adding by 4. and divide by 6, I will get 52. That's what that says. The sum of a number and 4 is divided by 6. So I have to add my number with 4. Then after that, I divide by 6. Okay. 3 less than, that means minus 3. 1/8, there was a H here. 1/8 of a number. 1/8 of a number. Put H over here, please. 1/8 of a number. So 1/8 of E is means equal to 14. So I will write as 1 out of 8 E minus 3 is equal to 14. Do you see me do you see me reading and underlining? This is 1/8. 1/8. That's how you write 1/8 of a number. A number is our letter E. Okay? The variable. All right, let us do this one. A number is distributed equally. Distributed equally. I know this is being divided. A number. I don't know what it is. I'm going to choose a variable. I'm going to use D. Okay? A number is distributed equally into 8 groups. I'm going to divide this number by 8. And then it is decreased. So here, divide by 8. Then decrease means to subtract by 3. We're going to subtract by 3. The result means equal is 25. So a number is distributed equally into 8 groups. A number is distributed equally into 8 groups. And then it is decreased by 3. The result is 25. So that's how I do. A number is distributed equally into 8 groups. After that, I decrease it by 3. Yes. So it means that number I have to first divide by 8 and then I subtract. Okay? 17 is the result. So 17 is the result is equal when negative 67 is divided by a number increased by 4. Negative 67 is the one being divided. So negative 67 is on top, is the numerator, by a number increased by 4. So n plus 4. So I will write 17 is equal to negative 67 over n plus 4. Just like that. Okay? 29 increased by the quotient of a number and 9 is 37. 29 is increased by the quotient of a number and 9. So 29 increase means to add a quotient of a number. So n and 9 are being divided. A quotient of a number and 9 means equal to 37. So that I can write it as 29 plus n over 9 is equal to 37. And you remember in grade 7, we said commutative property. It doesn't matter. We can also write n over 9 plus 29 is equal to 37. Just like that. These two equations are the same. All right. Hajar has a bag of sweets which contains 2 3/10 kilograms. Each of her friends gets 6/10 kilogram each of her friends. Do I know how many friends she has? I don't know. How do I know? Because the question says how many friends, okay? So if each friend gets 6/10 kilograms of sweets and 3 kilograms are left over, so the number each friend gets plus this one that was left over should equal to 2.3. So I will do 0.6 F for friends plus 0.3 should give me 2.3 kilograms. 2.3, just like that. That's how I write this story for Hajar as an equation. Okay? Because I see each. So that means I will multiply the number with the amount they are getting. And since I don't know the number, I chose F to represent the number of friends. All right, let's do this one. The difference. Difference means to subtract between 7 and 3/8. This means 7 is the one that is being subtracted. Okay? So the difference between 7 and 3/8 of a number is 20. 3/8 of a number, you write 3/8 of a number. 3/8 of a number, we can use what? N. Let's use N. 3/8 N is 20. So you can write this as 3/8 N minus 7 is equal to 20. You can also write it as minus 7 plus 3/8 N is equal to 20. It's the same thing. This equation is the same as that equation. There's no difference. My 7 is negative, my 7 is negative. My 3/8 is positive, my 3/8 is positive. My 20 is positive, my 20 is positive. So that's how you write this story. All right, the water in the pool this morning was 6 meters high. It rained and the water rose to 17 meters. How many meters did the water rise? Okay. So this was your pool. It was here in the morning, 6 meters. This is 6 meters from here to here. Then it rained. There was rain coming in, yes? And then when I came to check, now this number is saying 17 meters. I want to find this. I want to find this part. How much did it rise from 6 to get to 17? So what will I write? 6 plus, what do you want to use? It is water. So 6 plus water equals to 17. Like that. Or you can also do subtract. Why can't you do subtract? 17 minus water should give you what it started with, 6. 17 minus the water that rose should give you the water that started. So these two equations are the same. Even though they don't look the same, they are still the same. Okay? Okay. All right. Let us do this one. Mira has some money. She keeps 15 AD for herself and distributes the remaining amount to each. Distributes. See? I already know I'm going to divide. To each of her 7, this is 7, sisters equally. If Mira started with 117 dirhams, how much money did each sister get? So I know I have 7 sisters. Okay. So then what will I do? This should be 1 out of 7 n plus 15 because she keeps this for herself. So the money she gave to her sisters, is it 1 out of 7? No, not 1 out of 7. She has 7 sisters. Sisters cannot be a fraction. So it is 7n. 7n, yes. So 7n plus 15 should give me, what did I see? Each. Oh, this is multiply, so not divide. Sorry about that. I was thinking about how to solve instead of thinking about how to write. So the money she gave each of her sisters plus what she kept for herself should equal the amount of money she started with. 117, just like that. Then you will solve your equation and check. All right, let us do this one. No, this one. Baina has shelves for her books. Okay? Each shelf can only hold 16 books. Every one shelf can only have 16 books. And she has 9 books that have not been put on the shelf. In total, she has 70 books. Okay? How many full shelves does Baina have? Okay? So since I don't know the number of shelves that she has, but I know each shelf has 16 books, so I will write 16n. And then I know that she did not use the 9, so I will add the 9, and this should equal to 70. Okay? N represents the number of shelves. So each shelf has 16 books, yes? So 16 times the number of shelves plus the 9 that I didn't put should give me 70, according to the question. All right, the last one, let us write this in words. So what will I say? I can say the quotient of a number and 8 minus 3 is 4. I can say that. I can say 1/8 of a number, or I can say 3 less than 1/8 of a number is 4. That is one way I can say it. I can say the quotient of D and 8. The quotient of D and 8 minus 3 is 4. Just like that. Okay? That's it. So please do your examples. You only have a few examples. I don't think you have a lot. A, B, C, D. Yes, only 4 examples. And solve the equations that you write. Solve them and check them. So you're going to write the equation, you're going to solve, and you're going to check. Okay? And then we'll talk about them tomorrow.